while you're there, too. Control Coffee and Cereal Bar, open 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday and 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. on the weekends at 15th and Pine Lake.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. We'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
Nebco is hiring CDL drivers for ready-mixed concrete in Lincoln. With 3 plants across the city, there are plenty of opportunities to start or grow your driving career. They offer great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they cover the cost of CDL training. Apply today and receive a $2,500 hiring bonus. Since 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today with ready-mixed concrete. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Country music star Rodney Atkins will be performing at the Icebox on Friday, June 20th. Tickets start at $30 and doors open at 7 p.m. The capacity is only 3,000, so don't wait. Buy your tickets at lincolnstars.com today before it sells out.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Coming at you live from the 93.7 The Ticket studio, from the heart of Lincoln, America. Expanding awareness about the TeamMates program and the ever-growing need for mentors. This is TeamMates Timeout with TeamMates CEO Des Moines Adams and Marketing and Communications Manager Ashton Otter.
Hello, everybody. It's Tuesday. It's June 3rd. It's rainy. It's cold, but it's summertime. But you are live. Not with DeMo and Ash, but this is the Teammates Timeout with DeMo and Ash. But today we got 2 special guests. We have a special co-host. We have Miss Laurel, Lincoln High School teacher, teaches world experience, which we're going to have to talk about that here in a little bit of what that means. It's a blend of English and social studies, correct?
That's right. And
okay.
we can talk a little about getting wexy, as we like to call it.
Getting wexy. Sounds like getting jiggy with Will Smith. Yeah. We know Will Smith because we grew up to.
That's like our generation.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, right?
That was such a great show.
Yes.
Yeah, but they've done like a remake of it. Did you watch any of the remake stuff?
No.
I mean, wait, did you? Did you actually watch it, or you were judgmental in advance?
I watched it and I judged. Yes, it wasn't funny.
I mean, I'm with you. Like, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm 100%. It did not have the same vibe at all.
Yeah. But in terms of vibe, there has been a strong vibe these last 2 years. This vibe linked to literacy, executive director, co-founder, Kat. She is in the house. She is no stranger to the show and to 93.7 The Ticket. We got a lot to talk about because she got some things that the Lincoln community, they need to know. And so welcome, Kat, back to the show.
Well, thanks, DeMo. It's so nice to be here.
Yes.
Appreciate it.
Yes.
Yeah. No, we've been working together for a couple years now, trying to help with literacy and fourth graders, especially because it's kind of crazy. The statistics all over our state and all over the country, fourth graders aren't reading where they're supposed to, and there's something that can help.
Mm-hmm.
Happens to be literacy and early literacy.
So finishing up year 4.
For Link to Literacy?
Yes.
No.
Oh, longer?
Oh, not quite. We've officially been a nonprofit we're about 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
wait a second. How did you two meet up or become connected in this theme, right? Or this importance of literacy? What's the connection there?
So Tiffany, who does the development side, we went to, well, I wouldn't say we went to school together, but her cousin, John Bolin, we played football together. And one day we were chatting. She told me what she was up to. Found it very fascinating because this was around a time when reading literacy was something that the state wanted to put a focus on. She connected me to Kat. I never met Kat before. And next thing you know, here we are 2 years later, and it's been a nice little marriage.
So in terms of like the TeamMates program, is there any sort of, I don't know, like special emphasis you put on literacy through TeamMates?
So for our elementary students, I guess specifically 3rd through 5th graders, what Link to Literacy has done is to give book ownership to these students across the state. So we're talking Lincoln, we're talking Grand Island, York. I mean, you guys have been as far out as Scotts Bluff, Chadron, Valentine,
everywhere.
So this has been a great partnership because when students get excited about reading, they get excited about learning. And so there's this like reverse psychology where we're closing the gap in a fun way. We always say reading is fundamental. So Link to Literacy has really made reading fun, and we're funding the mentals. You like that, don't
I
you?
do like it. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Kat, I'm just curious from your perspective, because there are listeners that, and I think about it, we didn't have you on the show. We had Tiffany. And I got to say, we got over 200 likes with Tiffany.
She's very likable.
But help everyone get to know Kat. Let us know, like, tell us who you are. Who is Kat?
Ooh, well, I am a mom first, really, right now, and with that comes, why I started the Link to Literacy was because I think that sitting in a ball, literally with my kids wrapped around me, reading a book is like my happiest place to be, other than on a mountain or in an ocean. And so, Link to Literacy came to be because more families really should have the opportunity to be literally surrounded with books. Kids will do better in school the more books they have. In fact, there was a stat here I even had that was like they're 3 years ahead in school compared to their peers without books, if they have a bunch of books at home. So that makes me happy. And so I just like to partner with other organizations to figure out what your needs are, as we've done, and see how we can help.
Well, and Kat, like Link to Literacy, talk to us a little bit about the different programs that you offer, because I mean, book distribution is part of that, but you're also, right, helping other efforts around literacy. So talk to us a little bit about everything that Link to Literacy offers.
So we don't just hand out books, because with that, you could just end up with a stack of books in your house, which is great because if a kid's really bored, they may go to there. However, we think that it's really important that those inside of those pages, they can find someone who looks like them, that they can relate to. The books are doors, they're windows to different things. And then also we provide literacy education. So we try to hit every age group. The 0 to 5, we have the Dolly Parton Imagination Library. We sponsor it locally. So kids are getting books shipped right to their door every single month. And then we have the Book Bridge program, which is another big one where we're teaching parents and caregivers really basic reading strategies to make them more confident in reading with their kids and expanding curiosity.
And what's that program called?
Book Bridge.
Book Bridge. Yeah. I love that. I was just at a silent auction with you guys, and it was the first time I'd heard about the Book Bridge. And I just love that idea that you're also empowering parents to help them know how to better help their students be readers as well.
Parents, caregivers, and mentors, actually. So, yeah.
And, Kat, last summer was my first time going to you all's summer event where you were a bridge with the community, bringing parents, businesses, students. It was pretty cool because I got a chance to read a book. I don't remember the name, but it was something around pizza.
That's right. Oh, what was the book you read? It was like a bunch of alliterations with pa, 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 pa. Yes,
Yes.
at Wordstock. That's our big community-wide book exchange.
Yes. And just to see the amount of families, but also businesses that really believe in what you're doing. I mean, I just think that is cool. And just kind of looking at, not only do you provide books, but you provide a variety of books. I know you mentioned a little bit about just the diversity of the books that you provide. Why is that important to students?
Yeah, if a student can see themselves inside the pages of a book, it really makes an impact. And as well as it shows them what they can be too. If you can see it, you can dream it, you can believe it, right? And you can be it. And so I think that's what's really special about Link to Literacy is that we don't just give, it's not a one size fits all, is we really partner with whatever organization we're working with and ask what their needs are, the demographics of their community, and make sure that that's specialized so that those kiddos are getting something they're really interested in. With the teammates too, we provided those totes for those kids. Maybe the diversity wasn't necessarily, it was in a different way of their specific interests, whether it be art or outdoors or food. And we had all sorts of fun bags because kids are more interested in reading if they're interested in the material.
Which, Laurel, with your world experience class that you teach, our mission is to impact the world by inspiring students to reach their full potential through mentoring. As you're listening to the work that Kat and Tiffany and her staff are doing with Link to Literacy, and you are catching students in high school, you've been teaching for over a decade. Has there been a shift that you have witnessed when it comes to just reading levels, reading proficiency?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think reading proficiency and comprehension is something that has become a concern, right? Or we're seeing students, come to the high school level where their lexicon or their reading level may not be at grade level where they're at. And so I think that we oftentimes see in the high school classroom that, students that feel confident in their reading tend to feel like they can be successful in the classroom. And I think in, specific classes, that's the case. In history, we oftentimes are reading a lot of documents and other things and like helping students break that reading component down. And so I do think the more that we can encourage reading at an early age and help kids feel successful early on, it just kind of follows them through, right? And I think the trajectory that they start to see in terms of themselves as academic, their ability to be successful, right? To come into those programs. I mean, at the high school level, we take the ACT, right, as kind of the exam that every high school student takes. And of course, there's the reading portion on it. And a lot of it is about reading. And so for those kind of opportunities we want to give students, then the literacy is essential. And so when I met Kat and she was talking to me about Link to Literacy, and my mom actually was a social worker and worked for Head Start. And so literacy was always something, right, that was really important in the household and something that we talked a lot about. And I can see that impact now. And, let's face it, we're battling technology as well in young kids. So, another question is, how do we continue to make books relevant and places of curiosity and all of those things, right? As we also know that there's this pull right into the technology world. So I think programs like this are even more important because sometimes kids may not immediately think about books as a place to go to for entertainment. And so the more we can expose them to the books, I think the more it is that they find that there's worlds in there as well that are equally as exciting as what they can find, online.
Yeah.
No, I think though it's a really exactly what you're pointing out too is that access, even if generationally they didn't have books at home. Programs like the Dolly Parton Imagination Library takes that barrier away. So you're not, I mean, we love the libraries, right? Like the libraries are my very happy place. and everyone should go. However, if you have to get to the library and that's a barrier for you, Dolly Parton Imagination Library is sending a book every single month to the kids' home, and then they can have them there and then read them and explore them. And if parents aren't comfortable doing that, if they didn't grow up like that, that's where we also come in and teach them the literacy education of those just little reading strategies to incorporate.
Well, and in learning more about Dolly Parton's Imagination Library, because when I started helping with this fundraiser that's coming up called Reading in Rhinestones, Shine Like Dolly, which is very exciting. We'll talk about it a little bit more later on. But, her story is really that her father never knew how to read. And that, as she got older, she began to realize that probably limited some of his abilities in terms of making some of his dreams right into realities. And so she really started this as a tribute, right, to kids that were like her father, right, and other or just other community members that didn't have access to that, and how literacy, she started to understand, was the key, right, to kind of opening up all these doors. And I remember that I was reading this kind of letter that she sent out to people, and she just said, of all the things I've accomplished, my dad said that this was the thing he was most, proud of, which was to help more kids be able to do something he himself had never been able to do.
Yeah.
Kat, there has to be this sense of pride over the last 3 years, what you've been able to do with your team with Link to Literacy. I don't think we take the time to, smell the roses. So, right now, I want you to smell the roses. I want you to tell all of the watchers and listeners, what are you proud of so far?
Oh, wow. Well, I'm most proud of the incredible humans that are on the Link to Literacy team. It's been such an amazing collection of people who have come to be part of this cause and find that they're like-minded in this mission. And so just being able to see people become leaders in their own right, and really take ownership of our mission is amazing. And because of all of those people who are so highly invested in time or money or resources, or absolutely just their intellect of helping develop programs, so many kids have benefited. We've served over 41,000. We've given over 41,000 books
in 1 year.
In our 3 years.
41,000 books. I guarantee that's more books in the library, right?
It's a lot of books. Yeah. So, I mean, through things like, partnerships with TeamMates, the Dolly Parton Imagination Library, the other partnerships we have with Malone Center, the CLCs, just other places in our community that really need it. And I feel really proud about that.
So you two know about the Dolly Parton Imagination. I know a little bit. So I'm an outsider, just like everyone else that's watching and listening. Let's talk about that. Let's dive deep into it. Right now, we got an event that's coming up where, you want to bring awareness to all of this great work, the history. Tell the listeners and the watchers more about this concept.
Yeah, sure. So as Laurel said, it was started by Dolly Parton herself. It's actually turning 30 years old.
30 years old.
This month. We're celebrating the 30th anniversary. And so what it is it's a program that sends every child, no matter what their economic status is or anything, one book every single month straight to their door. And from when they're born to their 5th birthday. So it's the idea is that every kid going into kindergarten will have the same home library of, who's our math person? I can't remember. I'm like, I think it's like 60 some books, right? So however many that is, they'll go into kindergarten with that same home library and be able to have a better leg up on school because they've been exposed to so many words. So it's pretty amazing. Right now here in Lancaster County, we had never been part of it before.
Ooh.
So 30 years without being part, or 28 years, I guess, because we're going on year 2 of bringing it here to Lancaster County. There's a couple of moms who came to us, and because there has to be a nonprofit that sponsors Dolly Parton Imagination Library.
Mm-hmm.
And so there was a few moms that came to us and said, hey, we really want this to come to Lincoln. And it's a big expense. It's a big commitment for us. But the mission is so in alignment with ours of the book ownership, the representative books. These are some here. There's different cultures really in all of these books, different family makeups and different stories. It's just wonderful. And they all come, like every single 3-year-old in 2 months. If you have a kid that's turning 3 years old in 2 months, they're all going to get the same book.
Mm-hmm.
And then every kid that's turning 4 in 3 months, gets the same book. So they're all very age appropriate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I know that in talking to especially those that involved with the Imagination Library, that it's all community funded. And
Right.
so part of the reason that we're hosting this fundraiser called Reading in Rhinestones, which is really to raise money kind of specifically for Imagination Library. I think it costs something like, I'm trying to remind myself, maybe like $12,000 a month.
Yeah, right now.
Right, for these books. So it's like
Mhm.
$200,000 ish a year, to make sure these books get delivered to kids. And so it's like a huge, it's a big
huge
expense.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's kind of like, but what are you putting $200,000 into, which is like a kid's future?
Right.
You know what I mean? And so in some ways it sounds so much. And I think, well, I guess there are cars that are that expensive, and not everyone's buying those. But in the grand scheme of things, how many kids can you serve, right? And give books to for that amount of money. So it's a lot for a community. And the other great thing about the Lancaster County chapter is that they have really become a model for how to roll out the program at the national level. So because they have done it so successfully, and so far they're on the trajectory to meet year 3, they really are an example and oftentimes used as how to successfully roll out a program. So this is also a program here that has shown to be very successful. And so Reading to Rhinestones is kind of designed to hopefully continue to support and be able to reach that goal of, eventually $200,000 you need to run a program like this.
Yeah. No, we were called out by the national there because it was crazy. I met our regional director actually and at a conference, I don't know, last summer, and she was just like, "You guys have grown this program crazy fast." That we as Link to Literacy, we oversee and fund Lancaster County and Thurston County, actually in Nebraska as well, and we're already over 40% of the kids enrolled. And it's just a huge number. So, so with that comes cost. So it costs $2.60 for each book to be mailed. So every month, each kid, it costs $2.60. So it's like $32 a year for every kid. And we have amazing sponsors through grants, but that only covers a portion. So for sustainability, we definitely are looking for more funding, and this fundraiser is going to be a really fun way to do it.
And
now, DeMo, do you know any Dolly Parton songs? And if not, can we cue one?
I know I'm going to say this wrong, and I hope my wife is not watching this. She did kind of a song with someone, something in the streams. Is that Dolly Parton? We lie with each other.
That's
Austin, come on, help me out.
I got nothing, Demo.
Hey.
Not my lane.
I grew up in the hood. I didn't grow up listening to Dolly Parton and Garth Brooks and all of that stuff. But I'm going to Google it over the break. I know what I'm talking about. That's the one song that I know. And I did watch her Netflix show, which is pretty cool with my wife. But before I forget, the difference between a car and a book, cars depreciate.
100%.
And what we're trying to do with this effort, we're trying to invest in our young people through this, because this helps our young people. This helps our future. And so, after the break, we'll love for you to talk more about, what the community will get by coming to this. And let's just keep diving into, ways that other people can partner with the great work that you're doing. Teammates Mentoring, we appreciate everything that you all are doing, because you are helping our young people reach their full potential. And it starts by inspiring them with reading literacy. And it's so customized. It's so, tailored. I wish I had this, because I don't want to tell you my ACT score in reading and English, but it's things like this that prepare our young people to be the next generation of leaders. And we're going to talk about their world experience as well, the second segment. So you're live, Teammates Timeout with DeMo and Laurel. We'll be back here in 5 to dive more into this investment around reading literacy, specifically linked to literacy.
Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services is here to help you protect things that are most important to you. Whether it's your home, your family, or your future, Jack Russell has the proven experience to get the job done while developing authentic relationships with you. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100. Again, that's 402-421-9100. Or visit one of his 2 locations in Lincoln or Seward and learn how you can excel in the complicated world of insurance. Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services, a trusted and well-respected representative since 1999.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Fairway has fresh cut meats, seafood, cheese, wine, and spirits, and a friendly staff that's always ready to help you find what you need. Stop by Fairway Meat Market today to plan your weekly meals in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see scattered showers throughout the day. It'll be breezy and cool with an afternoon high near 63. Tonight, partly cloudy skies with a light breeze, a low around 50. And tomorrow, we'll see mainly sunny skies and calm winds, an afternoon high around 77. I'm meteorologist Kyle Butler for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
93.7 The Ticket is your home for every Kansas City Royals baseball game. Bobby Witt Jr., Salvador Perez, Vinny Pasquantino, and the rest of the Royals attempt to make the postseason for the second season in a row. And you can hear all the action on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Your home for Kansas City Royals baseball.
Saturday. Eagle Raceway is open for a full season of dirt track racing action every Saturday night. Don't miss the epic battles on the high banks of Eagle Raceway each Saturday between the Nebraska Septic Sprint Cars, Nebraska Lottery Modifieds, Avid Realty Sport Mods, Valentino's Hobby Stocks, and A1 Iron Stock Cars. Let's go racing. Eagle Raceway, just 10 miles east of Lincoln on O Street. Check out the full schedule at eagleraceway.com.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstorats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Country music star Rodney Atkins will be performing at the Icebox on Friday, June 20th. Tickets start at $30 and doors open at 7 p.m. The capacity is only 3,000, so don't wait. Buy your tickets at LincolnStars.com today before it sells out.
Empower a child today with the TeamMates mentoring program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the TeamMates mentoring program today.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Load up on meat and more this summer at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. This week's special through June 3rd is $1 off per pack on Plum Creek chicken, $1 off all bacon, and 15% off cheese and crackers. Locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Back to Teammates Timeout with DeMo and Ash on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, you're back with Teammates Timeout with DeMo and Laurel. Ash, she is in Omaha. She's taking care of business. And then next week, she'll have a special guest. You know, before we went to the break, Laura put me on the spot. And I did my Google homework, not my chat GBT like everyone else. I'm still old school. It's Islands in the Stream by Dolly Parton and Kenny.
And as soon as we listened to it and the chorus kicked in, we were like, of course. Yes. I mean, the Dolly Parton song I think of most is 9 to 5.
Yeah.
You know, and so in my mind, that's like always what I think of when I think of Dolly Parton.
Too. Yeah. But we were all singing.
So now, speaking of Dolly Parton, from what I've gathered, this event that's coming up will give people the opportunity to have some fun. But at the end of the day, it's about celebrating this right here. So let's talk more about this celebration of reading literacy that's coming up here in a few weeks.
Yeah. So Reading in Rhinestones is what the name of the event is. It's Shine Like Dolly. And it's pretty unique and it's going to be a lot of fun. It's at Screamers in the Haymarket on June 21st from, I think, 5:30 to 10. And basically, we have performers who are going to be performing Dolly Parton songs. And basically, you'll be able to vote for the best performer. And at the end, there will be kind of different awards that are going to be given to the performers. So, for example, things like best overall performer or most heartfelt performance. And so it should be a lot of fun because it really is centered around Dolly Parton. It's going to be high energy. There's going to be a Southern style dinner. There are themed cocktails for sponsors who are people who want to sponsor, businesses that want to sponsor. They have the opportunity to name their own cocktail for the event. And then there's audience voting. And actually the performers themselves are also raising money. So there was kind of a minimum amount of $200 that performers had to raise in order to actually perform. So really everyone who's participating is in some way, shape, or form, fundraising and making money, right, in order to continue to sponsor this program, Imagination Library. So
we're using like a crowdfunding model kind of for their entry fee.
Yeah, exactly. So when you'll see some of our social media stuff, we can talk about that a little bit later. Eventually, you'll be able to kind of see all the performers and get a sense of what they're going to be doing and why they have chosen, right, to perform at Reading in Rhinestones and also raise money, for the event as well. So it's going to be, it's super fun. And there's going to be a raffle and a live auction. So there's going to be a bunch of different things that are going on that night. But, come in high heels and rhinestones, leopard print.
Or your cowboy boots.
Your cowboy boots, right? Exactly. Whatever makes you feel your most Dolly Parton-esque.
That's right. Well. Right.
Rhinestones and cowboy boots. No one in the hood was wearing that stuff. But hey, we're in the Lincoln hood. And how does it feel to bring something of this magnitude to the Lincoln community?
Well, it's just so fun. And I mean, our Dolly Parton committee has really taken the reins on this particular event, and they're doing a fantastic job. I know it's what's so creative about it is having the performers also go and raise funds for their entry fee. I feel like it's opened up what we're doing and a little bit more about the program to pockets of people that we haven't really reached yet. So I really appreciate the creativity and the way it's just getting the word out of what we're doing and raising funds. So it's fun.
And I was going to say, and I'll just kind of put in the quick plug here. There are, of course, like sponsorship opportunities.
Yes.
So not only will there be tickets for sale, so individuals can buy tickets to come and watch, right, the show and have some of the Southern style dinner, right, all of those things. And of course, we're also looking for sponsors. So we have different sponsorship levels that come with, different benefits, including, naming and your own kind of themed cocktail. But also recognition and those kind of things there as well. And so
Yeah, and I think sponsorship levels start at like $250, right?
Yeah, you can sponsor like an individual performer. And it goes, kind of all the way up the ladder, $250 to 4,000, right? That you can do, right, for the different sponsorship levels.
Interested in being a sponsor, just email Dolly, DOLLY at linked2literacy.org.
And of course,
or a performer, DeMo. I mean, was it just? I mean, did everyone else think he was singing that song pretty well?
Good.
I mean, I knew it's a duet.
If I was,
what do you think about your wife? How would she feel about singing a Dolly Parton duet?
She loves Dolly Parton. So I'm going to be out of town that day. So June 21st, that's a Thursday, right?
No, it's a Saturday.
I'm gonna definitely be out of town. But my wife, because she's the one that put me on to the Islands in the Stream. So sounds like definitely a fun but incredible cause. And I can just say from a TeamMates mentoring experience working with Link to Literacy, it's definitely worth the investment. We were very fortunate to receive funding from the state, to really help close this gap through this investment. And the investment, I would say, we are seeing the fruit. Students are excited. A lot of our schools have vending machines, but most importantly, the book ownership. It gives our mentors another activity to do with their students. And it's not prescriptive.
Right.
Like students are saying, hey, mentor, let's look at these books that I got. And so I think that's the magic from mentoring, because Laura, I know you're still learning about TeamMates mentoring, and we still got people that are learning about this partnership. But when I think of partnerships, sponsorships, I think of teamwork, and teamwork is what makes the dream work. And so how would you describe the dreams that are coming from Link to Literacy?
Oh, well, I mean, literacy and book ownership, it's more than about just reading. It's about connections and it's about opportunities. When you have literacy and you have the community connections that you've made, too, it really opens a lot of doors for those kids that can read or can converse with their mentor about something that they've found in a book, or they learn something about somebody else. I think that's what's so cool about the mentoring aspect of the project we did was, flipping through a book and finding something that a kid is interested is one thing, but if you're able to flip through a book and find something you're interested in and share a story and share stories with another person about what that inspired for you, like, I think that's really special. I think it's more about what's the words on the page and about what comes after that.
And then whether it's a mentor or a parent that can sit down and really just be there, like be a part of this imagination or this creativity that's taking place.
Well, and if I bring in kind of a nerdy element to it, when I just think kind of historically, right?
Yeah.
Like story sharing has always been how communities come together, right?
Yeah.
And so I think about the significance of storytelling historically, like throughout time, right? People have always been telling stories, and recently we put them into what we consider the alphabet and letters, but people have been telling stories for so long, and it's just a place of connection and community. And it's really interesting to me how you look kind of cross-culturally, how often stories have kind of common ideas and themes to it. So it's not even necessarily just a local connection, but that you can see around the world, people are kind of telling the same stories, right? About dreams and
Yeah.
things they want to do and hopes and struggles. And those are like all things, right, that we deal with, whether we're 3 years old or 95 years old, right, or beyond. And so what I love is that storytelling is to me, a part of the human condition. It's what we do to connect to one another. And so being able to have that connection, whether it's parent or child or guardian or mentor, you're sharing in an experience that is like that is the human condition, right? To have these experiences.
So I have a question for the both of you, because you both seem very analytical, data driven. I know you don't just do the work, you live the work. And so I know you're going to spit out some numbers and some data, and you being a teacher, I'm pretty sure you have strong feelings about what I'm about to ask.
Mm-hmm.
These people need to be convinced why this is important, because right now, this is important to our young people. So let's talk about the two. Like, convince the people why this needs to be the priority when this is a priority to students.
Well, my stab at it is phones and technology is incredibly intuitive. I think they make it so it's easy, right? Everything is at the touch of your fingertips. Being able to pick up a book and read it and comprehend, it's the phonics and the comprehension, but also be able to relate to it. That takes a little bit more effort, and it helps grow brains. And actually, I do have a stat here.
Yes.
So 90% of brain development happens before age 5.
Ooh, 90%.
That's what it says. No, actually, you guys, it's crazy. So that's why, I mean, like the 0 to 5 timeline of where Dolly Parton Imagination Library comes into effect is huge. I mean, this is when all of those synapses are firing and connecting from 0 to 5. Kids are little sponges during that time. And kids that are read to, I think, is it 2 books a night, go to school having heard countless words more. I mean, it's like
it's thousands, like tens of thousands of words. Yeah,
more than their peers who did not grow up surrounded by books. And so it's just such an easy thing to do. Even when you're so tired, I totally get it. At the end of the day, working parents, any caregivers are exhausted. So it's finding a time to read that might not be at the end of your day. Maybe it's over the breakfast table. Maybe it's over any other time, but finding to carve out that 5 minutes even to read to your kids is huge for their mental well-being and their brain development in those first 5 years.
Laura, your thoughts. This is priority to students, but this needs to be the priority for our future, and it starts with our young people.
Yeah, I mean, one, I think that being able to read will always be important. One, I think some of it, like I think about a phone, the algorithms start to create what you're going to learn about, right? It starts
kind of an echo chamber too.
Kind of an echo chamber, right? Whereas, when you're looking through different books, I think there isn't anything telling you and pointing you to read this. Now, there might be authors, right, that you come to really love and those kind of things. But like, to me, books still represent like a lot of choice that's kind of not tethered to technology telling me, what I should be reading or starting to like tailor, right, and becoming this echo chamber. I think books kind of allow that. I also feel like, and I feel like generally speaking, books, to me, and again, I could be old school. I didn't grow up with technology, but they still open a lot of curiosity. Like, I'm just thinking about my youngest son. They were reading about inventors. And so and part of his assignment was to come up with an invention, right? And so he's coming up with all these different inventions, right? And those kind of things. And he didn't come up with it because he saw something on YouTube, right? I mean, he read about it and then was inspired to think about his own invention. And then sometimes he went to try to see if something had already been created, right? Or those kind of things. But in some ways, also reading gave him purpose in the technology as well, because then he was trying to find out, like, how do I sell a product? Like, how do I, use social media to sell? Because, he started to think he was going to create something and become a billionaire, but like the foundation of it was from reading. And so to me, it just never, like, my dad always used to say, you're never bored if you like birds, right? Because the bird's always out there. And I feel like the same thing is kind of true. Like, you're never bored because there's always books around and there's always an opportunity, right, to like read and invest. And I do think that oftentimes books open avenues that a phone won't, because the phone directs you to things and libraries don't. They allow you to just be curious on your own.
So the community, you heard the importance, you heard the why. And before we wrap things up, Kat, I'm gonna need you to tell the watchers, the listeners, this Lincoln community, why they need to come out on June the 21st. Why is this important? Why it's important to our young people? Why it's important for the connections that books are making between mentors and mentees, parents and students, and ways that other adults can get involved in being a community that's helping the community, right? So we got one more segment. It's going to go by so quick. So Laura, we only got one question each for Kat.
Okay.
You are live with Teammates Timeout, DeMo and Laurel, and we'll be back in 5.
Empower a child today with the TeamMates mentoring program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with the child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the TeamMates mentoring program today.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
A1 Automotive's second location is now open at 5110 State Hill Drive, just off of Yankee Hill Road. The new location continues to specialize in all makes and models and provides personalized service as they have for 15 years. To honor the new store opening, A1 is offering $25 off any service over $300, $50 off services over $500, and $75 off services that total over $750, all through July 31st. Schedule your appointment today at a1autolincoln.com and visit their new location in South Lincoln at 5110 State Hill Drive.
Need service on your home air conditioner? No matter what brand you have, just call Bryant, 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Schweizo Construction is now hiring for skilled craftsmen, steel erectors, concrete workers, and general laborers. Schweizo Construction offers great benefits like premium wages, health and dental insurance, paid holidays and vacation, 401k with company match, life insurance, and disability insurance. They pride themselves on a legacy of 40 years built on integrity and trust. Joining their team means becoming part of a family that values hard work, dedication, and mutual respect. Apply today at schweizo.com. That's SCHWISOW.com.
Empire Netting and Fence delivers top quality netting and fence solutions. From major sports venues to backyard installs and everything in between, coast to coast. We take on tough jobs with grit, integrity, and a strong commitment to safety. Empire is growing, and we're hiring motivated people ready to grow with us. We build each other up, and we're building something big. Think you've got what it takes? Apply now at empire-fence.com. That's empire-fence.com. .com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see scattered showers throughout the day. It'll be breezy and cool with an afternoon high near 63. Tonight, partly cloudy skies with a light breeze, a low around 50. And tomorrow, we'll see mainly sunny skies and calm winds, an afternoon high around 77. I'm meteorologist Kyle Butler for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in, temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Back to Teammates Timeout with DeMo and Ash on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Okay, so can I just tell you, like, the coolest thing happened is we were sitting here on the break, and a gentleman walks in and just gave a donation to Link to Literacy for $100, which for the Imagination Library would basically sponsor 3 kids. Right, because it's $32 a year per kid. And so basically we just took care of 3 kids, which is which is just, it's like so amazing, right? And just was inspired by the idea that, as you said, and that $100 isn't just like, that is like a lifetime investment for those kids that are going to be getting like those books. I love what you said. Reading never depreciates, right? Technology does. All of these things eventually depreciate over time, but literacy never does.
Their investment.
Yeah. So reading to Rhinestones, I'm actually going to be the MC for the event. I have a co-host as well, which is going to be a lot of fun. And so I'm super excited about Reading in Rhinestones and the whole extravaganza. And so Kat, just kind of circling back, talk to us a little bit about why it is that you're excited about this event, seeing that's linked to literacy, that is really sponsoring, right? Or the organization that helps Dolly Parton's Imagination Library be here.
Right. So, no, I think it's so fun that we're having this event to bring awareness, to bring funds, to really get the community involved in this initiative that's bringing books to the homes of every 0 to 5-year-old in Lancaster County. So, yeah.
So I'm just going to recap a few things for our listeners, just to remind you. And then, of course, it'll be out on social media, so you'll always be able to find this information. But it's Reading to Rhinestones, Shine Like Dolly Parton. Like I said, there's going to be 10 performances, all themed around Dolly Parton. There's going to be a Southern style dinner. And for anyone that might be interested in sponsoring, we have different sponsorship levels, which if you check out our social media, you can be a part of. JEO Consulting Group is our primary sponsor right now, who's really making this event possible. So a little round of applause. Thank you very much. And again, you can attend the event. So you can buy a single ticket that would include dinner, drinks, and votes for your performers. And of course, you can buy additional votes when you're there, which is what we hope people will do, is buy additional votes to award one of our performers best overall performer and most heartfelt performance. There'll be a raffle, a live auction, and me.
And you. I can't wait to hear you.
And where can people go again to learn more about Link to Literacy?
That's easy. That's the link to the number 2, literacy.org.
Okay. Well, to everyone that's watching, listening, we have valued our partnership with Link to Literacy because it's more than just an investment. You are investing in young people. Go to this fun event. Maybe you get to sing, maybe you get to dance, but you're going to meet other community members that believe in the power of reading.
I was going to say, maybe we can get a picture of you in cowboy boots and rhinestones.
You could sell that at the
Islands in the stream.
silent auction.
and put that in the stream and see what happens. But again, it's going to be on Saturday, June 21st from 5:30 to 10 o'clock. And like I said, it's just going to be so fun. If you want to be a performer, I think we still have a few spots available. So going to those social media spaces, you'll be able to find a link if you want to be a performer. And like I said, if you want to sponsor, you can let us know. But already we are like, we've got 3 kids already.
Yes.
After our friend came in. So that is amazing. I love it. I just have a quick question for both of you. Do you have like a favorite book from childhood or even just a favorite book as an adult? We kind of talk about stories and, connecting to books.
Something about the shoes. Like there's a kid's book about the shoes. Pete and
Oh yeah. Pete the cat.
Pete the cat shoes? Pete the cat shoes?
I know what you're talking about. Right. Blue shoes, red shoes, white shoes, and he goes through the mud and all sorts of stuff. The Pete the Cat series. I loved reading those books to my kids too.
Yeah.
They're like the best. There's one about like buttons popping off and those kind of things.
Yes.
I love that series.
And then Kat, what about you?
Oh gosh, I don't know. The one that just popped in my head when you said that was do you remember where the wild things are?
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
So weird. I was totally loved that book when I was a kid. Loved it. It was so weird.
And so to this day, as we said, books appreciate. They never depreciate. Reading never depreciates. And we appreciate, I know, our relationship, our partnership, because it is an investment in the right place. I want to challenge and call up the Lincoln community. Come and invest what Link to Literacy is doing. This investment has helped our young people. We're talking hundreds of students, but Link to Literacy, Kat, if there was one more thing that you can share in terms of what's next. We've already asked you the question, what are you proud of? But if there is one thing that you see next based on this, what would it be?
Wow. Well, more kids getting this opportunity is where it's at. The more kids that we can have receiving their books every single month is just phenomenal for the community as a whole. And then we can utilize those books in their homes to form other programs for those parents and caregivers of how to use those resources at home.
And I was going to say, we had talked about kind of the significance of literacy and, really, if you take a look, book ownership is one of the strongest predictors of future academic success. So just having access to books is, I think it's even greater than necessarily like your parents' education level, income, like just having book availability, right, is one of the greatest predictors of future academic success. So the more that we can give kids, and I know it seems like zero, but even at zero, right, even at birth, they're like taking it in and just hearing the words. And I was thinking that I one time heard a cognitive psychologist say that, the most like active thinker is like a 2-year-old, and so if you really can hit that early development window, you really are setting up so many kids for future success. And then we know that as they feel confident, they'll feel more confident in middle school and high school. And personally, I would also say then that they're more likely to be involved in school activities, right? Because they start to feel successful in school and connected to school. And the more we know that kids feel like they belong, right, it just becomes kind of a snowball effect. But I think a lot of it starts with
very early.
Yeah, very early, and with feeling connected to books and to stories and other people right through that process.
Exactly.
Kat, you should feel proud. You and your team, what you're doing with Link to Literacy. I hope you smell the roses. Seriously, I mean, the great work that you're doing, the great work that you are getting ready to do with this event that's coming up June 21st.
Reading and Rhinestones.
Yes.
Shine like Dolly.
Find them, like them on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You guys on Snapchat, TikTok? Okay. All right.
We're still somewhat old.
We're
We're not that cool.
Next intern.
But Teammates Timeout, thanks for taking a pause just to realize that reading is fundamental. And we hope that you come have some fun with Link to Literacy. And thank you again for making fun, for making reading fun for our mentors. So,
Absolutely.
yeah. I always get confused with the music. Teammates Timeout. Have a good week.
Empower a child today with the TeamMates mentoring program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the TeamMates mentoring program today.
Load up on meat and more this summer at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. This week's special through June 3rd is $1 off per pack on Plum Creek chicken, $1 off all bacon, and 15% off cheese and crackers. Locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Saturday. Eagle Raceway is open for a full season of dirt track racing action every Saturday night. Don't miss the epic battles on the high banks of Eagle Raceway each Saturday between the Nebraska Septic Sprint Cars, Nebraska Lottery Modifieds, Avid Realty Sport Mods, Valentino's Hobby Stocks, and A1 Iron Stock Cars. Let's go racing. Eagle Raceway, just 10 miles east of Lincoln on O Street. Check out the full schedule at eagleraceway.com.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Schwizo Construction is now hiring for skilled craftsmen, steel erectors, concrete workers, and general laborers. Schwizo Construction offers great benefits like premium wages, health and dental insurance, paid holidays and vacation, 401k with company match, life insurance, and disability insurance. They pride themselves on a legacy of 40 years built on integrity and trust. Joining their team means becoming part of a family that values hard work, dedication, and mutual respect. Apply today at schwizo.com. That's schwisow.com.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at gainatrucking.com.
Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see scattered showers throughout the day. It'll be breezy and cool with an afternoon high near 63. Tonight, partly cloudy skies with a light breeze, a low around 50. And tomorrow, we'll see mainly sunny skies and calm winds. An afternoon high around 77. I'm meteorologist Kyle Butler for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Country music star Rodney Atkins will be performing at the Icebox on Friday, June 20th. Tickets start at $30 and doors open at 7 p.m. The capacity is only 3,000, so don't wait. Buy your tickets at LincolnStars.com today before it sells out.
Why are some people more successful? Is it talent and determination, or did they recognize an opportunity? Discover a career that lets you help families reach their financial goals as you build lasting professional relationships. One with unlimited income potential. From Modern Woodman, a leading fraternal financial services provider.
I'm Modern Woodman Regional Director Sean Erickson. Call me at 402-483-6515 to learn about career opportunities.
Modern Woodman of America. Touching lives, securing futures.
Saturday. Eagle Raceway is open for a full season of dirt track racing action every Saturday night. Don't miss the epic battles on the high banks of Eagle Raceway each Saturday between the Nebraska Septic Sprint Cars, Nebraska Lottery Modifieds, Avid Realty Sport Mods, Valentino's Hobby Stocks, and A1 Iron Stock Cars. Let's go racing. Eagle Raceway, just 10 miles east of Lincoln on O Street. Check out the full schedule at eagleraceway.com.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just their professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just